Studios presents the More Better Narrative podcast. This is episode 113 with BJ McMurtry, Rob Fusco, and Mike Armine.
Whoa.
You're drinking Aquaman.
Wow.
Somebody found Aquaman and liquefied him, and now you're drinking him.
Dude, this is great.
It's real good, right?
Gangster vegan?
What's in it?
Yeah, all the ingredients.
You
right
should
there.
read the ingredients. Tell people what you're drinking right now.
It's called Aqua Mini. Green protein, banana, dates, hemp seed, pink salt, which I've never heard of.
Pink salt?
Chia
Is
seeds.
that like pink lemonade?
Parsley, apple, lemon, kale, cucumber. And then what's great about it is that it just tastes a lot like banana.
Huh. Well, banana is very overpowering, no matter
That's
what you put
delicious,
it
man.
in.
Salud.
Salud.
Cheers.
Yeah, the banana like overpowers, but the apple lemon really sticks out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's great.
A lot of times I make myself banana strawberry smoothie
Super good.
with
Is this spot by
extra
you?
blueberries.
Huh?
Is this by your house?
Yeah, it's like 60-second drive.
Oh, word.
Is that including seatbelt and engine start?
No.
Oh.
It's like once I get on the main,
Oh, okay.
what is it?
Road?
Avenue.
So once you leave the parking lot, the travel timer starts?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm BJ McMurtry.
I'm a guy.
He's a guy. He's Aquaman. We have 4 emails.
What? That's unprecedented.
I know. One of them is a little old because it was from when his cell phone wasn't working properly and he couldn't get text for questions.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now
So-
you got my new phone number.
Mm-hmm.
You got my new.
I
phone
do,
number?
after
Okay.
the confusion.
You already
yeah.
you already sent me
I'm so dumb.
a picture.
I'm the dumbest person.
I'm
alive.
sitting here talking to Chrissy like, yo, that abandoned record is so gloomy. And she's like, who is this? I'm like,
Well, because
wait.
I decided to leave Net 10, and we said, okay, fuck this, because every month they were screwing us over, like bill wise or service wise, and this had gone on for like a year, and we were like, you know what, fuck this, T-Mobile, here we come. Went to T-Mobile, and they were like, sure, it'll be like 24 hours to port your numbers over, no problem. And after 48 hours, we call them, be like, what's the deal? And like, oh yeah, you have to pay for another month of service with Net 10 so that your number is active so you can port your number over. We're like, you know what, we'll just keep the numbers you gave us. This is fine. And so I got those numbers mixed up, and I thought Chrissy's number was my number, so I sent it out like this mass.
Is that the first number you
yeah,
sent me?
the dumbest.
Yeah.
I never logged that number, so maybe I should now, knowing and mark it as Chrissy's.
I did, and I texted it to be like, yo, this abandoned record is really freaking good. And she's like, who are you? And why don't I have your number?
And like there
"Wait."
are times when like I can't look myself in the mirror and I'm just like, oh god, like I feel so dumb that it hurts to be alive. Like that. I felt dumber then.
No, I thought it was great.
Well, yeah, it was entertaining for all parties concerned except for yours truly.
Okay.
But the other day at the chess club, I played a really nice game, very tactical, super tense, and then I hung a mate in 1. I just got mated. Like, he was like, oh, by the way, queen takes h2, mate. I'm like, oh. Where if I played f3, it would have drawn the game. But no, I just grabbed a pawn because I was focused on the pawn. But nope. Oh, king safety. And I felt real dumb, but I still didn't feel as dumb as when I sent everyone... like, why did I include the number to begin with? Just text, say, oh, this is my new number. Automatically, they're going to get the fucking number.
Yeah, you were like, here's the new number.
And
like 30 seconds later. Actually, just
kidding.
Just log the one that I texted you from.
And everyone's like, who's this? I'm like, it's Rob.
Yeah, by the way, this is Rob.
Oh
Luckily, I didn't actually check my text message until I got the one saying, by the way, this is Rob.
I'm so fucking
But
dumb.
speaking of chess...
So, my apologies.
Speaking of chess, we got an email from Anonymous. Named Vamshik Kapagan... How do you pronounce it?
Vamshi Krishna Kapaganchula.
Kapagantula. I was going to say Kapagantula.
Or Kapagantula.
Kapagantula. But he tag the email at the end, anonymous XOXOXOX. Hugs and kisses. But his email is no subject. Rob, how do you feel about our draw streak?
Vamshi is a buddy of mine from the chess club.
If you watched the episode, which I forget the episode number now, he was the guy that Rob talked to directly on camera.
Yeah, tall Indian kid, can't put two words together to save his life. Like, dumber than a bag of hammers. Nice enough kid, just, thinks with his dick. Fucking bro. Vamshi, cut the shit, you're better than that. So yeah, every time we've played each other, like in a serious game, it's been a draw. Because, okay, he's a reasonable chess player, and he just plays the most goddamn boring, draw-ish lines. You're like, oh, C4.
Like the explosive?
Yeah, well,
but
his openings aren't that explosive. His openings are just like, oh, okay.
You moved.
Yeah, so anyway, Vamshi, what do I think about it? I think it's about to come to an end in my favor.
Whoa, that's a challenge right there, buddy.
Yeah, just tough talk right there. You just can't do it. It's like trying to, Magic the Gathering shit talk. I don't know. I can't even think of anything.
Don't make me destroy all creatures.
Well, yeah? You're gonna ultimate Jace? I'll ultimate my fucking fist on your face, shithead.
How about my face to your fist style? I am bleeding, and therefore I am the victor. Do you remember that? Do you remember Kung Pao?
Oh, man.
You watched it?
The only thing I remember of that
was
movie...
it Burlington, Vermont?
Was that only thing I remember is the freaking...
The menu?
Is the menu, because it was running all night
over
long.
And over again. We were presented Kung Pao by a drunken girl that really wanted to hang out with us and watch Kung Pao. And her boyfriend had to drag her away to let us go to sleep. But when she finally left, we fell asleep, and the movie just kept playing. So each one of us at one point in the night woke up to the DVD menu just looping the same stuff.
But no one turned it off.
Yeah.
Because you're in that weird half sleep state where
just let it stop.
Someone else will do it.
BJ will get it.
I know. Dave and I eventually just put in earplugs and fell asleep.
What? I only heard 20 minutes. It's still on. Oh my god! And then her head would she'd creep out from the door. Are you awake? And I'm like, no,
no, don't recognize me. I'm not alive.
Wow.
It was a weird night.
So, second email from Bernhard
Petrich.
Well done. He says, "Hey guys!
Hey Bernard!
A friend of mine recently started playing bass again and was so far unsuccessful in finding bass tabs for Rosetta songs. Specifically, he's looking for tabs for Wake and Adam. But any other song would do as well. Is there any place on the interwebs where one can find them?"
Nope.
Next question.
Also, I'd like you guys to revisit the story dice, but this time every second segment of the story should be told by Jesse. He's my special kind of crazy.
Jesse was awful with the story dice.
I think that's what was so great about it, because he just shot down everybody's thing and just killed the story instantaneously.
And then they died.
In a fiery explosion. I think we should go back to that.
They were fun. They were fun to whip out every now and again. Like sex dice, I guess.
You know it, except...
I've never used them.
Neither have I.
You have too many.
Probably an app for that.
You have skills that are crazier than the dice. Right? So.
I go beyond the dice. That sounds like a great documentary for something. Beyond the dice.
All I'm thinking of is Metallica's Trapped Under Ice.
I had a dream.
Beyond the dice.
I had a dream that I beat up Lars. It was really nice. It was a great dream. I mean, I fucked his day up in my dream.
Wasn't there supposed to be a drum off, or somebody said they challenged Lars to a drum off or something?
Lars would be like, "Watch this."
Wasn't it Bob Rock that said once, and I think I quote, "Lars is such a powerful drummer that you can't expect him to get everything in on one take." Something like I can't
What?
remember.
Yeah, that makes.
I remember what he
Like,
It was a
makes this
documentary.
much sense.
It was a documentary about them recording the Black Album, I think, and they were saying how many times they had to change the snare head because he kicked the shit out of the drums.
he would just impale
Yeah.
the...
But then he also said he's like, we just wanted to get as much down as possible because a drummer as powerful as Lars, using the air quotes, drummer as powerful as Lars, you can't expect him to get everything out in one take.
How about if you get paid to do what you do it professionally, which implies a reasonable level of proficiency in your craft. That would suggest that you can, in fact, get it done in one take, because that is your job. You are grossly overpaid, terribly overrated, and your face is on all sorts of funny shit on the internet, which I actually enjoy. But Lars...
But then he also tries to be a real musician and say that I need to get paid for my art. Don't download music.
What an asshole.
You should not be paid for your music.
This underscores the idea that he is so out of touch with the current state of how music is shared and enjoyed, that like it's like, you know what, you dinosaur, go throw a tantrum on the ceiling somewhere, you know, like who cares? Lars, if you're watching, you are in the same boat as Linkin Park, motherfucker.
That's a burning boat.
Mm-hmm. I'm having like Linkin Park, we're coming for you.
So I turned on my radio. I think I popped out like a CD and didn't have my iPod with me, and I turned on the radio for the first time, and it was set to 95.7 Ben FM, and it was playing some Linkin Park song, and I was like, this is why I don't listen to the radio.
Yeah, the radio's bad.
And turned it off and put in another CD.
The only time
I was so disgusted that I had to turn off the radio before putting in another CD. Like, I couldn't wait.
Well, what really irks me about a lot of that radio rock is you actually can't distinguish between instruments. Meaning, I can't actually hear the difference between the bass and either of the guitars.
Because of all the compression they use.
It's so compressed, and it's just this wall of notes, but that's not even a wall of noise. It's just like...
Well, specifically Linkin Park, I think they record their guitar tracks in, like, quintuplet. Like, each stereo side, like, left and right, has, like, 7 or 8 guitar tracks there to make it sound thick.
It's just, that's all it is. It's just this it's just a thick... Boom, or
you know what though, you can achieve this depth and breadth of sound through other means. Like, it shows that the producer is overcompensating and the engineer is incompetent or something. Okay, let's take the guitar tone from Cryptopsy's Whisper Supremacy. Great death metal album, massive guitar sound. How many guitar tracks did they use? 2. 1 for each guitarist.
Yeah.
And that record sounds massive.
Yeah.
Okay? Like Crowbar, Oddfellows Rest. Same deal. I don't think Kirk used more than 2 tracks. Like, this is fucking astounding.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless it's a special track, Matt pretty much does 1 per stereo side.
Yeah, and thus you can hear...
Unless he's going crazy like noodling.
But the problem with the Creeds and the Linkin Parks and all that is aside from the weird vocals, it's the guitar. I can't actually hear like any sort of
dynamic. It might as well just be like a toned buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no dynamic. It's just like create the product, market the product, sell the product.
Well, have you ever been to...
it's just heartless and soulless.
I can't remember the actual .com, but if you just Google all Linkin Park songs look the same, it'll give you a link to a website where they actually put
the
side by side by side the waveforms of a Linkin Park record, and they all look... It's like...
Yeah,
That's it. It's just like this tiny little intro. It may dip down during the bridge for a second, but it's mostly just like...
Huh.
It's so predictable.
And it's similar to the...
Verse, chorus, verse.
Yeah, but it's similar to the... What's the other band...
Oh, Nickelback. Remember Chris did it.
Yeah, there's another website where they actually took 2 Nickelback songs, panned one left and one right stereo, and they're pretty much the same exact song.
You know what? Pro tip.
Oh, shit.
Pro tips with Rob.
If you're trying...
By the way, I'd like to go back. Did you like the pro tips with Rob graphic that I used last time?
It was great. Pro tip. If you're gonna try to sell bullshit to people, market it as bullshit, because eventually people will find out that you are a fake fuck. Right? Now, that's not to say that a vast majority of, these fucking retards who, like, swallow what they're fed, like, oh, the radio, that's not to say that they're going to be able to tell the difference or even care. But if you're going to have a modicum of integrity, or if you want other actual musicians to respect you, or if you want to be able to respect yourself when you wake up with all your money,
possibly in your money,
yeah, like Scrooge McDuck, then just cut the shit, okay? Radiohead, one of the biggest bands in the world. You don't see that shit with Radiohead. Greenwood's a goddamn genius.
You pretty much can't put any two Radiohead songs next to each other and have them even slightly sound the same.
Right. Neurosis.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Pat Cleary writes, and I have this memorized, is there a bad Neurosis record? The answer is no. Because these are individuals like, a select other, a few other bands that I'll name later on when I have a clear head, who did not compromise their vision, who committed 100% to realizing their vision with with uncompromising clarity, and they just didn't quit. Like, bands who just do their thing, say, this is us, take it or leave it, and they just go. The people who belong with them, or, the birds of a feather, so to speak, they'll find,
they'll find it.
They'll find it. So, yeah, to answer your question, Clary, no. There is no bad Neurosis record. Speaking of turning off the radio,
no,
the only radio I listen to is 1060.
I don't listen to 90.1 Temple Jazz and Classical if I actually have to.
And that's just because I want to, if I'm like driving and I need to hear like another human voice, I'm just like, I'll just turn on talk radio or some kind of radio and just, it's not even the message. Yeah, I don't care about what they're saying. I just,
You just want the voice.
I just want the voice because it's a distraction. And it's just background.
I think it's actually funny on 90.1 when it's like late at night or like really early morning, like if I get up in the morning and I don't feel like pulling out my iPod and plugging it in and choosing something to listen to on my way to work. I'm going to work at like 4:35 in the morning and it's still, Temple is still playing their jazz stuff, but there's always the person being like, yeah, that was John Coltrane.
There's Thelonious Monk with Straight No Chaser.
Looks like we got another hour left. If you're still listening here.
We should be at the end of the next Rosetta record. Like, that was Rosetta.
That was Rosetta.
Drums, BJ.
Reminiscent of when you're flying and you have a really rough climb out and shit's shaking everywhere and flying through the air and the pilot comes on. It's your pilot.
It's there.
So and dude could say some shit like, one of our wings is on fire, but
it turns out we lost the landing gear on our way up, so we're gonna have to perform a water landing. Hope you brought your swim trunks.
So our altimeter is kind of fucked, so we're gonna head straight into the sun. And no matter what he's saying, you hear his voice, and you're like, okay.
Welcome to flight passengers. We're headed to the first star on the left and straight on till morning.
We're 4 hours into a 16-hour flight, and we forgot to refuel back at the airport.
And we're over the ocean. Current water temperature is 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
We have about an hour's worth of fuel left.
And so we have about an hour to live.
So I hope you brought your rubber ducky.
So a commercial came on KYW for some
1060.
precisely right. Some
For people that don't live in Philadelphia or the surrounding areas, you're missing out.
So like for those of you in New York, it's like 10-10 wins. It's like
He's got the info right.
yeah. WINS. It's almost exactly like 10-10 wins.
The INS.
WINS.
The INS.
INRI.
Division 6.
Nexus 6.
I just watched Men in Black. They
watched
introduced
Blade
themselves as INS Division 6 at the beginning.
Nifty. So a horseradish commercial comes
Ooh,
out.
I love horseradish.
Right? And they the announcer is going on in this like this rather thick for radio Philly accent, or South Jersey probably, and said something like, and it's the most healthiest something, and I just shut the radio off. I heard him say most healthiest.
It's the most healthiest thing you'll have this month.
And I just turned off the radio and shook my head for a half hour. Like idiocracy is a premonition. Like it's coming true.
Yeah.
Go away, Baton. Go away. Here we are. Go away, Baton.
Has what plants?
It has what plants need. Well, what are they? Electrolytes. It has what plants need. It's Brondo.
So yeah, I'm like, something, and now here's so and so with the weather, and here's the weather forecast, and then now here's the horseradish commercial, and then and then it's all of a sudden, yeah, it's the fucking most healthiest. What click?
The most healthiest thing you'll eat this month.
Horseradish good. Commercial bad.
I'm sorry, sir, but you failed to sell me your horseradish.
It makes me want to like quit humanity.
Life?
Yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet
Holy
anymore.
shit! I have 14 texts.
14?
All right.
Well, hold on. Let's.
Is that
Please.
Karl Marx on your phone case?
No, it's the original Renaissance man.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Karl Marx for a minute.
So, Joe Myers, subject stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Recently, I found your podcast. I have been binge listening since episode 15, but also been listening to the most recent episodes since episode 108. Is there any way I can get episodes 1 through 14 since iTunes doesn't have those available? Sometimes it's hard to remember which podcast is the most recent. If I had a more clear memory of that, I would submit questions to the podcast. Love the podcast. Thanking you for making it free. Free stuff! ! Episode 1 through 15 are currently archived and nowhere downloadable, but I'd be happy to make a zip file available for people on Dropbox if they wish to download those episodes.
This fella right here.
Gentleman and a scholar right there.
You know. Moreover, who would pay for it?
No one.
Fives of people, perhaps.
No, it'd probably be
But
less.
we're giving this shit away.
It'd probably be ones of
We're
twos.
giving away content.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to hang on to it?
Right.
Hope to make money?
Hope to.
No.
Hope? No.
Go get a mall job, pay your phone bill, eat some Chipotle, make money, work in your mall job.
I'm a Qdoba person.
Qdoba's nice too. But if you're going to do a thing for the people...
Do a thing for the people.
We don't get paid for this.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We're
It's
actually...
a different kind of
This is
thing.
actually the More Better Corporation. We haven't announced this yet, but we're going public.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have an IPO?
Who?
Yeah, you just didn't get that.
No.
All right. So...
Thank you, Joe Myers.
That was
Thank you,
weird.
John Mayer.
John Mayer.
Yo, if it was John Mayer, that'd be awesome.
I don't know.
John Mayer just discovered our podcast. Your body is a wonderland, Rob.
Are there other emails?
There's one more.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a really long email
Who's it
talking
from?
about a book.
Uh-oh.
It's from M. Pat.
Damn
And it's signed Mike. So
I
I'm
guess
assuming the M
Mike-
stands for Pat.
This person has two names? Two first
I see what
names?
you did there.
Mike Pat? Or is
Nice.
it Mike Patton?
No, it's Mike.
I'm going to pretend that it's Mike Patton.
We got
I
an
met
email
Mike
from
Patton
Mike
once.
Patton.
Yeah, we played shows with, was it Fantomas? Or,
Yeah.
No, it was...
Tomahawk?
Tomahawk, yeah. It was
Oh.
Tomahawk and the Melvins.
I love
wow.
Tomahawk.
Yeah, they were amazing. The Melvins was the best show I've ever seen.
How many
Sick
microphones
Coalesce in
did Mike
99.
Patton
Yeah.
have?
3 or 4. He had one in a fighter pilot's
One
mask.
in a fighter
He had-
pilot's mask. He has one in the old style silver ones, and then he had a couple other SM58s.
Yeah, SM with a blue cable, SM with a red cable. Yeah, he's got a bunch
Armine,
of
you
cool
need to
stuff.
maximize your mic. You need to get a podium that has all the different microphones on there, you're giving a speech, except you just scream into every single one of them.
Oh, like Tristan, my buddy from upstate New York that we grew up going to shows together. He does Author and Punisher.
Dude, that dude is amazing.
Yeah, he's real good.
Author of Punishment is outrageous.
Yeah, he's real good. So he has this cool little thing that has different microphones in it, and where he screams determines the tone and pitch of the scream. He's real good.
I mean, aside from that, he builds all of his own.
He built all of his own gear
all
because he
his
went to
own gear.
school for industrial design.
Oh wow!
So yeah, good for him. He did a band called Falkirk. Used to play together all the time, and
Isn't that the name of a town in Skyrim?
Scotland. It's a giant battlefield.
I think it is.
Or maybe it's a real place. Who knows?
It is a real place.
Skyrim's a real place.
Skyrim's a real place.
Boom.
That's right. So anyway,
So Mike Patton's email.
you can tell Mike Patton's just sick of fucking people. Too. He's just whatever. Just take the picture.
This is to let you know about Simon Levay's recently published book, The Donation of Constantine.
I love donations.
And then he goes on to tell me about the book. Yeah.
Maybe just cut and paste.
I'm curious. I'm curious if this is an actual email from somebody who listens, or if it's just somebody trying to sell me the book.
It's like the Crown Prince of Zamunda. Or
They
whatever.
also, the guy who wanted us to be his bodyguards, or he wanted to be his U.S. enforcers.
Yeah, there's $4 million
whatever.
in an account, in Zimbabwe or whatever. So you just have to.
We just have
All
to
I
give
need to
him.
do is PayPal me $500.
We have to give him half of that, and he'll send us all of it plus what we paid him
I
back.
wonder if that's actually. I mean, it must have worked. They keep doing it.
Those people are so dumb. So dumb. And by those people, I mean email scammers, not saying anything about Africans.
They
You
could
never
be
know.
dumb.
People
We
are very
don't know
sensitive
this.
these days.
It's true.
I'm anticipating some shit hitting the fan in Ferguson.
Like a real fan.
Yeah, I mean, either way that decision comes out, because there's really no good way to answer this specifically, and really because of how long it's been. I mean, it's been since August, and then we're about to edge into December with no.
And I think they delayed that decision-making process because they thought, okay, tensions would die down, but I think the opposite effect has occurred. It's only...
Tensions have actually heightened as justice either way has not been served, or even looked into. So yeah, tensions are really high. I know that Michael Brown's parents are calling for it not to be violent, but when you're looking at really a nationwide, I don't want to say that it's an epidemic, but when you're looking at a nationwide question into are our police too powerful and have they gotten too brutal?
Yeah.
And have they gotten away with too much?
I think at this point it's a huge resounding yes at this point.
No, it is, but specifically, they've called in the National Guard to Ferguson, and they're just there waiting, and that really speaks of if a riot does happen, that's going to be seriously bloody, because the people who are going in the National Guard, the Ferguson police, instead of I don't know, putting money into patching up community relations, they just bought more military grade weapons gear. That was last month. They're fucking ready for a fight, and the people of Ferguson are ready for a fight, and it's how do you resolve this? I
Burn the bitch down.
If Ferguson was the size of L.A., it would make the L.A. riots in the 90s
Look
pale.
Look like somebody getting angry over an ill-cooked hamburger.
Yeah. So, on to the STEM portion of things, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics portion of the Better Narrative
Alright, I
podcast.
guess I'll go.
Bell's theorem asserts that if certain predictions of quantum theory are correct, then our world is non-local. Non-local here means that there exist interactions between events that are too far apart in space and too close together in time for the events to be connected even by signals moving at the speed of light. This theorem was proved in 1964 by John Stuart Bell and has been in recent decades the subject of extensive analysis, discussions, and development by both physicists and philosophers of science. That being said, Mr. Mike Gafaldi writes in, says, Schrodinger's cat or Bell's theorem?
That poor cat. Even if it is alive, it's still locked in a box.
Schrodinger's
I saw a
I want to name a song that.
I saw an internet meme that just had this really like caricatured picture of Schrodinger, and it just said, "I like my women like I like my cats." That was it.
Wow. Okay, so Mike, there is no answer. That's a stupid fucking question. Next question.
I like bells.
Mm-hmm. All right. Frank from Forgotten Freshness Classic Gaming in Mechanicville, New York, writes, Who would win in a fight? The Gremlins or the Munchies?
The Munchies?
Yeah.
Like you smoke
Like
the
you
blunt
get the
and you got the
munchies?
munchies?
No, I guess they're like, critters.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't it be Critters? Wasn't there a movie called Critters too?
Yes. Also, he writes,
Oh, yeah.
He
Terrifying.
writes, Gremlins versus Munchies versus Critters versus Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm going
Now,
with,
are we talking
Critters.
Dwayne
I'm
The
going
Rock
with-
Johnson like in that movie The Tooth Fairy, or are we talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the current Expendables movie?
Why do you know this?
Dude does his research. He's culturally literate.
Okay.
You know. I would say Gremlins because they're just like ferocious and they just don't. They're clever
You know what?
and they're cooler looking than anything.
You
else.
know,
Critters were...
Those were pretty-
that movie
little
Critters. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but it was at the end of the movie, and it's the reason why I always check the bowl before I go and poop. Among other reasons. But do you remember at the end of the Critters movie, there's the dude that goes into his trailer, and he goes to the bathroom, and before he sits down, you see this little critter pop up in the bowl, and he just goes,
Oh.
and then the dude sits down to poop, and there's just a shot, and you hear, ah, and the whole thing starts shaking, and I'm like,
So how long does it take you to check the bowl?
well, I don't like inspect it fully. I just look
shoves
down and
his
go,
hand
no.
into.
I just look down and go, all right, there's nothing in there, and I can sit down. Plus, also, I when I used to go to summer camp, you would also have to look down and check it to make sure nobody put saran wrap over it.
Oh, okay, that's a good trick.
So thanks to mean pranks from friends and the Critters movie, I now have to look at the bowl before I do anything.
You are hyper aware. Good for you. Situational awareness keeps you alive.
I'm very sometimes I feel like people, especially my time working at Starbucks, I feel like people have a complete obliviousness, whereas like I'm seeing this, most people are seeing this. And sometimes, not even this, it has a mirror on the other end. You know, all they see is them.
Wow.
Whoa, that's deep.
I just got philosophical.
Yo, pass a joint. Sebastian Stumbo writes, Who was the best Deadpool comic writer?
I don't
Probably
know. I
Deadpool.
actually never read Deadpool.
Okay, next question. Who is your favorite
Wait,
Necromancer?
wait. Before we move on,
They're making a movie out of it.
Deadpool
though.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they're using the same dude from the horrible Wolverine Origins movie,
Ah.
I think.
Speaking of...
Ryan Reynolds, I think his name is.
I don't know.
Who in all of Seth MacFarlane's films makes him gay. He was featured in Family Guy, and they played him off as gay until the end of the show. And then in Ted, he was the dude that Mark Wahlberg's workmate ended up being gay with at the end of the movie. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
All right.
All right. Speaking of original dudes and sequels, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Psyched.
Are they doing a sequel?
Yep.
With Harrison Ford.
No way.
With Harrison Ford.
Wow.
Sign me up.
So Harrison Ford is doing a sequel to Blade Runner and another Star Wars movie.
No, dude is killing it right now.
That's awesome.
And he got hurt on the set of Star Wars.
I heard,
too.
yeah, the Millennium Falcon fucked him up.
The stuff that I've seen come out of that looks fucking incredible. I'm so hyped for that.
Super stoked.
Who's your favorite necromancer and why? Next question.
Wait. No, I got nothing.
Yeah. Michael Flatley had Riverdance.
Actually, you know what? No. The first Chronicles of Riddick movie, the one that came out after Pitch Black. That guy was pretty badass. The that's Necromongers. Technically, they're in the same thing.
Necromoshers.
Moshers.
Nice.
Huh.
Nice.
I think we should do a metal and hardcore themed movie where we pull from different science fiction and like movie genres and sort of like do a Mel Brooks style parody movie, but in the style of like
Mad Max.
No, but change everything to like metal and hardcore references.
All right.
So instead of Necromonger pulling from Chronicles of Riddick, it'd be Necromosher, and for some reason they're always moshing.
Like dumb.
We do a necro down instead of a breakdown.
Yes.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Cast that spell.
Yeah.
But then who would what would the Riddick character be, or like the hero character?
Just have Jesse.
Hero.
Yeah.
Jesse's the hero.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's it.
Actually, I had a really weird. I can't remember if this was a dream or like a daydream I had, or maybe it was just an idea that I fleshed out really hard.
Knowing
while
your
I was
sleep
doing
cycle,
nothing.
it could have also been at some point in time when you were awake.
Yes. But I had this great idea. I took Jesse and Mark and put them into Breaking Bad, and had this great idea to have.
There's two people I don't want cooking meth. It's them.
But I had this great scene out in my head, and it was literally like a 30-second shot. And it's like Mark sitting on a chaise lounge outside of a trailer, and then you just see the trailer door pop open and smoke billowing out, and you see Jesse walk down wearing nothing but tighty whities and an apron. And that was the entire thing.
Wow. Damn it, Mark! The ammonium nitrate! 3 parts ammonium nitrate!
And Mark's sitting there sipping an orange soda.
Just like, whatever. Like,
He's got his headphones on.
yeah, and Jesse walks up behind him, tries to tweak his nipple, and then they start slap fighting.
I think we need to do this.
I
Can we
agree.
can we convince Jesse to just wear tighty whities and an
Yeah,
apron?
of course. Like he needs convincing.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that we'd also have to find a trailer and a very remote place that looks like Arizona. Actually, no, we can probably make it. We could probably do it in Valley Forge Park.
We live in Pennsylvania. We shouldn't have any trouble finding a
Middle of
trailer.
nowhere trailer. Can we borrow your trailer to do like a 30-second thing with him in his underwear?
$10. There you go.
Pay the man.
Michael Flatley had Riverdance. Do you ever feel like you might not be as good as Michael Flatley?
Where
What
did
else
these
did he
questions
have?
come
What
from?
else did he have besides Riverdance?
Lamb goat.
Oh.
What else did he have besides Riverdance?
I don't know. Who cares? Next question. When
I'm gonna have
TLC
to-
firmly stated they didn't want scrubs, what do you think the outcome was in healthcare, attire, sanitation?
Are these to you directly?
No, to us.
Oh, wow.
They don't want.
I don't
no
know,
scrubs.
but they also reference in your best friend's ride, hanging something.
hanging out the passenger
yelling
side
at
of your
me.
best
Best friend's ride, trying to holla at me.
Holler at your boy.
Yeah. Adam Kunn, hi Adam, writes, what if Skeletor is actually the good guy in He-Man? It seems like he got kicked out of his castle for no good reason.
He-Man is kind of a dick. And he wears very little clothes to be
Yeah, it's
not
like,
getting marked up every battle.
Well, I'd have to revisit it, but
Plus he has some pretty weird friends.
Yeah, Man at Arms, definitely a closet case, dude. You see that? Manny Faces is like a caricature of someone with multiple personality disorder. Kind of like the whole Looney Tunes thing. When Looney Tunes first started, they were like caricatures of people with like mental disorders.
Yeah.
Like Bugs Bunny had multiple personality. Porky Pig stuttered, which was classified as like a disorder back then. Like, what else?
Yosemite Sam.
He was just a racist.
He was just racist
He
and
was just from the
homicidal.
South.
He was racist and homicidal.
All right.
Daffy Duck had
Schizophrenia
and narcissism.
Okay.
He loved himself.
He did.
Yep. Who else was involved?
Marvin the Martian? Was he in the original?
Yeah, he had like
so good.
Napoleonic complex and like trying to destroy the world. He's like slightly taller than me, like trying
Excuse me.
Whoa, that was pretty good.
He's got a space modulator, whatever.
Marvin the Martian
Yeah, that's
was
right.
my dude.
What do you do when a cab driver is obviously driving an extra long route to get more fare out of you? I have stories about this.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
See, I don't know
guess I
because
wouldn't
usually
know.
when I take
Yeah.
a cab drive, I don't know where I'm going. I mean, I guess I could be a dick and be like, "You're not taking the your Google route that I just GPS'd."
When I lived in Boston, I traveled to upstate New York, hung with family and friends, and then took the train or bus back home. And I took a cab back to my house. Now the cab driver must have suspected I was not from there, or was unfamiliar with there, and he took me like to the north end of Boston, and then back down towards.
Because you'd never tell in Boston because the way those roads are.
It's like a plate of spaghetti. It's
Paved
like,
cow paths.
Yeah, exactly.
Plate
So
of spaghetti.
yeah,
It really
it's
is.
like the Tokyo subway system. So he took me for this weird ride along the north end. I'm like, dude, I don't want Italian food. Take me to Roxbury Crossing. Bring me to Mission Hill. And the dude went all the hell over the place. I'm like,
He wanted you to sightsee.
yeah, well, I was like, you realize you took me like 15, almost 20 minutes out of my way to get home when you could have just got me home in like 10 minutes, right? He's like, oh, some random excuse. That'll be 23 something. I had the $10 bill. I ripped it in half, crumpled it up, threw it at him, like, go buy yourself a map. And I got out of the cab. Yeah. I'm a ruthless motherfucker when it comes to that. Like, don't fuck with me. Like, come on. Don't take me for a ride.
Do not take Rob
Literally.
sightseeing. He will not like it.
Pro tip. Don't take me for a ride.
In anything.
Yeah. Unless it's a rickshaw. I think that would be kind of fun.
I'd love to ride
You'd be
a
okay if
rickshaw.
someone took you on a ride on a rickshaw?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to pull
Because
you on
that's
a
like
rickshaw.
human power, whatever.
Right.
I will be your rickshaw driver.
Dude, you do realize, like, if you're pulling a rickshaw, you are finding the most efficient route from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like go to Jaipur and, take a ride, from the, Radha Krishna.
You'll even
Gopal
find
temple
ways
to the
through
Ganges.
buildings to get there quicker.
They'll just levitate, J. Patrick Cleary asks,
Ah!
are you an asshole if you say no to tacos?
It depends.
Depends from where, yeah.
Yeah, I say no because,
What if you're a burrito man?
what if you're a burrito fella? Burrito guy? I don't ever have to. I mean, well, if someone says, hey, here's some tacos. What if you're completely full? Like, what if you just had Five Guys burgers and fries? Pretty good burgers.
There's always room for tacos, though.
I disagree.
Well, see,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
the way I would think of it, the way I think of it is I'd take those tacos, and if it's not being a jerk not to eat them right then, I would take them home and heat them up later in the toaster oven.
I like your idea. So,
Plus the fact then I have an extra meal and I don't have to buy anything.
that's nice. Okay, so I suppose it's conditional. And yes, you should, just take the tacos.
Well, see, I think there's probably people out there who'd be like, no, you don't have to take tacos if you don't have to. But it's like, if you're, broke ass mother effers like us, I'm gonna take the tacos and save them for another
I
meal.
love it.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Just take the tacos. Bill Cosby has to be a rapist, but Mike Tyson, not so much.
Was that a question or just a
Both,
declaration?
I think. I don't know. Good job, Cleary.
Well, Bill Cosby tried to... I don't know if it was him directly or if it was just his social marketing team, but they posted a couple pictures of him, like, being all like, hey, kind of thing. And
Oh,
they were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was like, meme me. And
Yeah,
so what
he
they,
called out. He
what-
wanted to be memed.
what they wanted-
and he got the shit.
So what they
memed out of
wanted was for them to be like, oh, dude, man, they're pudding something. They wanted to be like happy, family friendly kind of stuff.
Nope.
And then every single one that came out was about his rape allegations.
Yeah, you want to talk about your all-time backfires? I would like to talk to you about some of the things that you...
Calling the internet out, like taunting the internet, is not a smart thing.
I would like to tell you a story. Now!
And then I put my jello pudding pop in your jello pudding.
Scuzzy. That's some straight scumbag shit.
It's actually from a movie.
No, I'm not. I know that, but I'm saying like the whole like. If you are that hard up, like, dude, come on.
He
like,
just wanted to be noticed. I mean,
yeah, but okay, you can't run game. Like, come on. If you're that pathetic, like you're Bill fucking Cosby, you can't find a date. That's an actual, Oh, just go buy a hand job, will you, Bill Cosby? You fuck.
it's not rape if you pay for it.
That's debatable. And there's a few courts of law that would have to be looked into and discuss that before we went any further with that.
You're drinking Aquaman.
Yes. So yeah, what is this called?
It's his color too.
Aquamini.
Aquamini.
It's his color.
It is.
It's like
good.
Aquaman jizz. It's real good. This place, Gangster Vegan, just opened up down the street.
Gangsta vegan.
Yeah. Super good.
Gangsta
I'm
vegan.
almost done with this. I'm sad. So remember when we went and bought pants and I was so happy about the pants?
Yeah, but you get the shoes still.
Didn't you do
I
that?
have to go get the shoes. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago,
good
and you
time.
guys were so excited.
Yeah.
Last week was the Shake Shack day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like
They went to
super.
Shake
I was so hyped. And I was like, I'm gonna get new pants and new shoes. And I got pants. And then I went to get shoes. And the guy was like, size 9. Okay, cool. Mike and I stood there for 15 minutes waiting. And the guy walks by me. He's like, oh yeah, size 9. I'll be right back. I'm like,
Nah, we're going.
too late. I'm gonna go buy Mike a grilled cheese sandwich.
It's pretty great.
And then out of nowhere, my left leg is all chilly. I'm like, why is my left leg chilly? And I look down and it's like, oh,
Whoa!
that's why my left leg is chilly. Because there's another
Oh no!
You are literally
Your seam-
bursting at the
your seam
seams.
broke.
like, I know I'm fat as shit now, but come on, like, that's just insult to injury right there. No, it was had nothing to do with anything other than it was just a bad seam. So I'm gonna go back to the mall today and be like,
This seam seems bad.
this seems bad. I think I'm actually gonna say that.
You should.
I will.
That if I were the person behind the counter, I'd be like, "That's fun.
That's
you just
fair.
made my day." Like, we have to do this return, which is not good for business, but that seam is bad.
Yeah, you know what's not good for business? Selling shitty, defective pants.
Yeah.
Pants is the funniest fucking word ever.
Pants.
Pants. Oh wait. I have this awesome picture. Hold on one second. I'll show you. Wait.
An 80-year-old woman was
Yes.
killed in a Brazilian clinic when a student nurse accidentally administered coffee and milk through her IV line.
Wow.
That's awesome. That picture.
Food beard?
Yeah, this is... I'll send this to you right
Wait,
now.
how do you get coffee and beard in an IV?
You mean milk?
Or
You
coffee?
just said
and-
coffee and beard.
I'm
Sounds like somebody
sleepy.
needs some coffee and beard.
I need to go to sleep, man. What I gotta do? How do you get coffee and milk
Into somebody's beard.
into somebody's beard? Now into somebody's IV. Those things are like closed up.
Unless she... I don't know how you... I mean, I can understand how you do it. I don't know how you do it accidentally.
Yeah.
Like, unless you picked up the wrong syringe to put it in
You know,
there.
You're like,
Thinking you're
Science.
putting it in. You'll surely wake up, 80-year-old woman.
Oh, you need a stimulant? There you go.
there we have it. Yep. Oh, he's tachycardic. Oh, he's dead.
Oh.
Speaking of coffee and staying
Cigarettes?
up, no, I'm gonna do a 24-hour speed chess marathon.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Are you going to drink lots of coffee?
Maybe. I have to find a venue for it, but I'm gonna try. And
Obviously, a coffee house.
I don't know if. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But my idea is.
I got a picture.
You sure did. To raise money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and Chess.com wants in. The United States Chess Federation, wants something to do with it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, and I stayed up for like for 20 hours yesterday and played a bunch of chess online, so I had no problem. So playing live will be a different thing, so I have to
Because there's people there.
Yeah, I mean with more physical activity and more focus live, it's going to be a little bit more draining, but I think with more people and more activity and
especially
more
you'll
resources.
have pizza and coffee.
Oh, pizza.
Well, would Starbucks stay
hungry.
open for 24 hours for something like that?
You'd have to find us 24-hour Starbucks.
No, but would your Starbucks, like, what if you man the counter? Would your boss let you stay open for 24 hours while that happened? Like, what if you worked a normal day, right? You had off, but the stores didn't close. Like, they still ran the chess marathon, but you worked the whole night shift through.
I don't know.
You should ask her.
Yeah,
ask your manager.
Because I want to go somewhere where people can buy things and have food and coffee or whatever, and coffee house seems ideal. I don't want to do it some dry venue like a Masonic Lodge or a Fire Hall or VFW Hall or something like that. Like, come on, that's for hardcore shows.
Sterile venues.
So I'll keep you posted. I got in touch with Chop, and they're like, "Oh, this sounds like a great idea. When you have a venue and a date, let us know." One of my
you need
buddies,
a date for it?
Yeah,
I need a date for it.
Yeah, you have to have a bring your date along. So, yeah.
If you want to be my date for it, just saying.
Yep.
Are you going to touch the scars on my head? You can see them all.
I like them.
Yeah.
What are your scars from?
When I was in second grade, my mom was at a parent-teacher conference after school, and I was running up and down the aisles of the classroom, and I guess it didn't stop me, but those radiators that they stick out like that, like the old cast iron ones?
Yeah.
I would run and I would stop, and because it was Catholic school, and the floors were real slick and your shoes didn't have any grip on the bottom, I would slide, but then I slid and just, I guess I hit
a sticky spot?
Hit a sticky spot, and I flew head first into the radiator, and I got all these stitches on a weird
nifty.
little spot. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Also,
that explains a lot about my
Headshot.
it's a distinctly Pennsylvanian thing, radiator. In it?
In it.
Radiator.
radiator.
Yeah. It doesn't radiate heat. It radiates heat. Therefore, it is a radiator. But I suppose it can be a radiator if you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never got radiator either, but I'm from here.
I never got calling water
What
fountains
You
bubblers.
said radiator.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
No, it's radiator.
Radiator.
But I'm not judging.
It's my Philly accent.
If you're speaking the kings, then it's...
Is it like saying the Eagles over the Eagles?
Eagles.
the Eagles.
Eagles. My mom's from Jersey and says marshmallow.
That's
She's
pretty
from
cool.
North Jersey?
I don't know.
Caught in a marshmallow.
She says marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
The Stay Puft marshmallow.
Stay
Marshmallow
put
Man.
Marshmallow Man.
Sounds like she's from North Boston or whatever.
Pack the cat.
Yeah, the fucking Pats!
Pack the car.
God damn it. I miss Boston.
It's a good city.
It's a lot of fun. Closes early, but if you know the right
The
people,
whole city?
the entire city shuts down
Yeah.
at like 8:30. Yeah.
Closes early.
I feel like we go to sleep before that. Or...
Unless in Cambridge, if you're at Harvard Square at all one pan, speed chess and
We're on to
Crazy.
smart people out.
oh yeah, right. The wicked smart. Yeah.
Wicked smart.
They can't be that smart. They're hanging out in Harvard Square and
And playing chess.
playing chess. Oh, good times.
Rock, paper, scissor has been around since 200 AD, and the same hand gestures we use today have been used since the 1600s.
That's pretty incredible. Nice factoid.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes,
All
right.
right. Okay, Chipotle order.
You ordered Chipotle?
Yeah.
From your phone?
Well, no, I received a Chipotle order. That's not to say I am Chipotle. That's to say that,
Rob is the
Oh no, I
Chipotle.
thought you ordered Chipotle from your phone.
you know,
I wonder if they do have an app that you can be like, I
Come
want
on.
a burrito.
They have
I'll
to-
pick
they-
it up in 15 minutes.
they have to have some shit like that. I mean, come on, it's the 90s.
You know, but Starbucks is coming out with it. They're coming out with an app that gets your GPS location, and if you choose a store and you're within that like area, you can then order your beverage and food and all that, and it's sent to whatever they give us to get that stuff. You can then pay for it with your phone. It prints out a receipt for us. We collect it and make your drink, and have to have it ready within a certain time frame, because since it's GPS location, you're going to be there within like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We get the order, make the drink within an allotted time, and then have it there.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, because if they order it, right, there's like a lag, so they're not really in the store yet.
No.
Like, it would kind of go cold.
Yeah, they have
Not
to-
necessarily, because if we're busy, it would go at like the back of the queue, and I'm
Okay.
assuming some trial and error will be made to figure out how long we would have to wait to actually, or
Yeah.
maybe they'll have a system in place being like, at this time, start making their beverage or something. Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
What are you doing for New Year's?
I have no plans right now.
You want to do a kettlebell workout with me?
Fuck yeah.
On New Year's,
Yeah, probably on New Year's.
ringing the New Year
Like-
with kettle bells.
Yeah,
That's our
it's going to
time.
be 2015 reps across a whole bunch of movements.
You're gonna do
Yeah.
2015
Mhm.
reps.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
I've been doing a kettlebell workout now, and I guess I should have consulted somebody about it, but I never did.
Your head is really tiny.
At my school, I know.
He's got a massive basketball head over there.
Where I take a
Bowling ball, thank you.
20,
It's
a
heavy.
25, a 30,
It's
a
got 3
35,
It says Homer on it.
a 40, a 55,
Uh-huh.
and I work my way up and back, doing goblet squats, regular swings. I don't do anything I don't do any one-handed work
Okay.
out of above 30
Okay. Outside of cleans and presses.
outside of cleans and presses.
Nice.
But like I'll swing with the 55,
Oh yeah.
and that the first time I did it, I was like,
You're like,
oh. But you really, because I was swinging the 25, I was like, after you swing the 25 and you do like 100 swings, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
And so I would like incrementally week by week I'd go up and like hit the 55, and I was like, holy fuck,
Yep.
this is where I needed to be.
Duration versus intensity.
Yeah.
As work capacity increases, everything improves.
It was great. It was good.
Psyched.
It was good, and I've been doing like morning glories, where you put the bell up on the base of your neck.
Oh, good mornings.
Good mornings.
Yep. There are a bunch of ways to do that. You can hold it in front of you. You can hold it behind you.
Okay.
You can shove it up your ass. Whatever. As long as you're getting a good hamstring.
But yeah, I would totally do a
Does it
workout with you
work?
on New Year's Day.
Does it
I'll
work with
come
the
up.
hamstrings
Okay,
up the
yeah.
ass?
Well, it depends on how big the bell is.
Yeah.
You know, probably hit all sorts of shit. You just grease it up, pal.
No, I'm not worried about the girth, but the length.
It was really funny. Like I was working out at the gym in my school and the football team was there, and they're just like on the bench press and like just trying to see how much they can bench.
Typical like male.
Like
Meathead
aggressive
jocks.
meathead jock workout stuff. Like they're doing like military presses, but they're just throwing the bar in the air real fast. And I'm just sitting back. You guys are gonna get hurt. And then I'm doing the kettlebell stuff, and they're like, "Oh, is that what they're for?" Like they had
You mean you don't do upright rows with these?
yeah, like no, they had no idea how to use them. And so I'm sitting here using them, and then I would do the one-handed snatches.
Oh, the waiter cleans.
Yeah, the waiter cleans, and they're like super impressed. They're like, "Whoa!" I'm like,
Oh
"Whoa,
my god, you know what you're doing.
this is not that hard." Like, and I'm only doing it with because I don't want to fuck anything up.
The
Or my
12 kilo.
18.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm just like throwing it down. Then I would like rotate hands, and they're like, "That's crazy." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Not really."
You just let me shift your paradigm, boys. You know?
Let me learn you some stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
yeah.
That's our workout for today. Check us out next time.
You look like you're on fucking crack.
He has too many teeth.
I can probably edit them out.
Wow. On that note,
He's gonna do it too.
he really is.
That's the thing. He held that long, so he could do it.
I can't wait. Keep it real.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. That's weird.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So, addendum. Mike Gafaldi writes, how do I do vocals and not scream myself hoarse like a chinless gay boy?
Oh.
Besides table push-offs. You know,
Okay.
Okay. So, how does he not scream himself hoarse?
I always think of it like you're a balloon, right?
You're a balloon.
Oh. Thanks.
Everything you do is a balloon.
And like you gotta like
Almost
constrict the top, but not using the actual throat. Like you constrict from like just right here, and then you push from the bottom out.
Yep.
So,
it's called diaphragmatic
breaths, and that's how it is. So you just kind of get like a, you know,
almost like you add some tension.
Yeah.
The best advice I ever got vocally was a few things. Number one, keep your monitors loud as shit.
Yeah.
Your monitors have to be so super fucking loud that your bandmates steer clear. Like you should have like kick, snare, and some guitar in your monitor, and make sure that your vocals are so loud that you're not pushing excessively, because your volume has almost nothing to do with how hard you push diaphragmatically at all. It's you almost imagine your voice coming from like the back of your head, or your low to mid register tone should be soft palate. Your high register tone should be like the back of your head. And think of it this way: your soft palate and the back of your head are like curved spaces, perfect for the amplification and projection of sound. Look at any amphitheater, and then make sure that you can hear yourself. Project well through that spot in the top of your head from the diaphragm and speak it more.
Yeah.
Probably the best advice I ever got. Like, attack the vowel sound and just speak it. Don't try to don't force it out. If you don't speak the word or the lyric that way, don't sing it that way. Just keep it natural and stay loose and relaxed as best as you can. Dudes who are like, wow, and they tighten up and it's all like...
they're spending a lot of unnecessary energy.
Moreover, they're constricting their throat, and that's the last thing you want to do. You want to sing past your throat and just stay relaxed. Just speak it. Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm learning now is the shape of your mouth matters a lot too. Like you really have to open up.
Well, yeah, especially if you have a tight jaw, or if you have TMJ. Like doing warm-ups and stuff helps too,
Yeah.
Pardon.
That's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, I just try and like speak it until I scream it. That's that. All right. So there you have it, Mike Cavaldi. Good luck, pal.
Thank you for listening to the More Better Narrative podcast. Find us at mbnpodcast.com or on iTunes. For more information, visit us on Twitter or Facebook at mbnpodcast.com or email us at morebetternarrative@gmail.com.